But it's like when it's out there, then that's when, we get to judging a little bit and it gets a little. I don't know where this case is gonna go, but one of the things that just probably is the biggest narrative that has to probably stop, and that's something that we just got to address as a community, is this fact that people are looking at Cassie and they keep questioning, why didn't she leave, why didn't she leave? Well, this is the real definition of a trauma bond, right? Is when an abuser, or it's when a victim falls in love or forges a relationship, right, romantic or otherwise, with their abuser. So that's what trauma bonding is. It's not like two people having shared experiences and then trying to experience something new together. No, it is when a victim grows a relationship with their abuser. So for anyone asking, why didn't she leave? Why didn't she leave? Well, we know exactly why she didn't leave, man. Because this woman, because that's what happens. That's what Stockholm syndrome is. Cassie was young and impressionable, man. I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, she should have left, she should have did this, she should have did that. Because one, I wasn't in that position. And another thing I'm not gonna say, the reason I'm not gonna speak on her, being able and having the strength to leave is because I'm a man. And not saying that men can't speak on that, but like for us men, we cannot fathom this because in many instances we would not be the victims in these circumstances. We would be able to leave. And it would be no problem. We would be able to fight back and it probably wouldn't be an issue. But this is a woman who, yeah, he had her career in the palm of her hands. There might have been times where some of this stuff felt consensual or some of this stuff was consensual. Like she might have learned to love to do some of these different type of things. She might have even worried about losing her position, and she might have even become jealous of other women. But that's just how it is. That's the name of the game. I did hear some rumors that she might have met her current husband at one of those freak offs, right? And that kind of is disturbing to me. But yeah, man, this is a man. I can't even, like, again. We could talk about it a little bit. I got to do some my own research to kind of really sift through some of these details and facts and kind of uncover what we can and cannot talk about. I think a lot of people are wondering too that, like, can a RICO case actually be convicted, like in this instance? Like, can they prove RICO? Because we can prove a lot of things. A lot of things have been on camera, although probably those things on camera probably are out the statute of limitations. But we know that Diddy is guilty of certain things. Can they prove that it's some big, large enterprise? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure they are going to be able to do that. But like I said, it remains to be seen, and we'll keep you updated as we learn more information. We'll keep you updated with what's going on. But one of the other things though about this case is that, obviously his daughters have been in the courtroom. At least they were the first day. And once some details about the relations, the intercourse between Cassie and Diddy and all these other people, that's when the young ladies had to exit the courtroom, like probably that their own volition. They probably just like said, we can't deal with it, because yeah, some wild stuff was coming out, stuff that's not appropriate for them to probably hear, or accept, or even try to reconcile in their heads about their father. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, yes, he probably is a bad man, but he probably was not a bad person to his own family. So I don't know, man. Again, I'm not. We'll see what can be proven, but we'll definitely keep you updated as we learn more.